The Pace for Living. Archie Hutchins. Archie Hutchins, a British novelist and flair for touching the sensitive issues of the contemporary society. With all its contradictions and paradoxes, in The Pace for Living, Archie Hutchins captures the agony of modern man. He brings out how the fast movement of men, things, and objects hurts the normal rhythm and exerts undue pressure of men, women, and children. I saw a play in Dublin not long ago in which the chief character was an elderly corn merchant in a small Irish country town. He was a man of many and his heart was dicky. His nephew was cheating him. His wife had the fantastic notion of spending £10 on a holiday. Altogether, the pace of life was getting too much for him. And in a moment of despair, he uttered a great cry from the heart. They tell me there's an aeroplane now that goes at 1000 miles an hour. Now that's too fast. For me, that was most enchanting line in the play. The man's complaint was so gloriously to his own situations, and beside this being coming, it struck me as a perfect illustration of the way the Irish get at suitable threats by the most unlikely approach. You saw what the old fool meant. Not that I have any dislike of rapid movement myself. I enjoy going in a car at 90 miles an hour so long as I am driving and so long as it is not my car. I adore the machines that hurt you about at Battersea to dine in London and lunch in New York next day seems to me a more satisfactory experience. I admit it excludes all the real pleasures of travel, the sort of fun you get from a country bus in Somerset or Spain. But it gives you a superficial sense of drama. Superficial, it was a sort of excitement on our ancestors had to do without, and we might just as well accept it gratefully. Nowhere space becomes something unfriendly to me is where the mental activities of our time tend, as they naturally do, follow the pace of the machines. I speak the prejudice because I belong to the tribe of slow thinkers, those who are crushed with spirit, people who light on the most devastating repair about 4 hours after the party over. I am one of those who are granted to do get the lowest mark in any intelligence test because those tests are all the ones I have come across seems to be designed to measure the speed of your mind more than anything else. We slow thinkers are terribly handicapped in the business of getting a living. But what I am thinking about just now is it not so much the practical use of one's mind as its use for enjoyment. As an example, when I go to the cinema, I find myself in a hopeless fog. And after 2 or 3 minutes, I have to turn my wife for enlightenment. I whisper, is this the same girl as the one we saw at the beginning? And she whispers back, "No, there are three girls in this film, a tall blonde, a short blonde, and a medium sized brunette. Call them a B and C. The hero is that man who takes his hat off when he comes indoors. Indu, he is going to fall in love with girls BCA in that order, and so it proves to be. There you have a mind which has trained itself to work in high gear, though as a matter of fact in work or other they think much faster than people did 30 years ago, possibly because those who do not think fast in the high street know what they may not get another chance in this world to think at all.